Steve in San Francisco writes to me, I very much enjoyed reading your book, The Stereo, Unlocking the Secrets to Great Sound. Why, thank you. That was the first version I did. As you and I've mentioned several times, I'm working on a completely new version of that book, and I've added 9 more books to the series. So you should be looking for that in late January, early February, the Audiophiles Guide. It's all new. Woohoo! Lot of work. 10 books, 3,500 or so pages, nearly 4,000 pages. Okay. I've used the accompanying CD and the materials to great advantage to understand how hi-fi sound works. That's what those books are about. One suggestion you make regarding budgeting for an audio setup is to dedicate a large portion of the system outlay to speakers. Indeed, I do. When I started out, I bought a pair of Klipsch Forte 4 speakers, which at the time represented more than 70% of my total setup. Okay. Including improved interconnects, power cable sources, and finally over time, he's included upgrading all this stuff and the addition of a BHK pre and a BHK 300 monoblock amplifier. Nicely done. Now I find myself upside down with respect to your budgeting guidance. Still, with each upgrade I made, the speakers continually stepped up to the plate and delivered better and better sound. I never had a sense that they were a limiting factor, despite what seems to be a universal audiophile rejection of horn-based loudspeakers. My question for you is whether I would have been better off with, say, a pair of PSA Aspen FR20s and Stellar Strata MK2 for roughly the same outlay. That's a tough one. That really is a tough one because it could go either way. You know, I think you did the right thing. I think you were on the right path. If you put in a pair of a pair of Aspen FR20s today, you'd be amazed. You'd be like, holy, seriously, you absolutely would, because you've gone like this, and now it's time to raise that back up. But again, you know, we talked about this a couple of days ago. The beauty of hindsight. You know, God, how many mistakes have I made in my life? How often would it be wonderful to be able to go back, knowing what I know today, and redo it? The funny thing is, I suspect we just make new mistakes. Here's something interesting to contemplate. I know, completely off subject, right? Paul's going off on a tangent. Think about this. I'll just make it personal. No one in the history of our planet has ever been here at this age today doing this. Nobody. This is all new. I'm 76 years old. No one has ever been in the past 76 years old today, here and now. Now, I'm not the only 76-year-old on the planet, obviously, right? But it's all new for all of us. Never been here. The situation in the world, the situation astrologically, any of it, never been here. So I think one of the exciting things in life is the new. I don't know. Anyway, we're getting off target. What would have been better to do? I suspect that the system you have now with all that great electronics playing through your speakers versus throwing it out, buying a pair of FR20s and a Strata. I don't know which one would be better. It's way too difficult to answer that question, and I wish I could give you a clear one. I don't. All I know is that you followed a great path that has brought you a lot of joy, that has brought you a lot of musical pleasure, and That's what it's all about. That's a wonderful way to go. I do encourage you to now think about replacing those clip speakers. As much as you might like them, you would be blown away with the difference that you would hear. So, all right. That's all I got. Thanks. Good luck. Bye.